Cult of Contempt podcast is brought to you by Bath & Body Works Cucumber Melon Lotion. If this guy can use it, then everybody should. Good evening and welcome to Cult of Contempt. The show will begin shortly as soon as we get transmission to space. No! In the meantime,
Can you get sound on this thing?
Yeah, totally.
Hey, you know what? This is going to be real interesting to show one day.
What? Hey! Austin! Austin, stop the Donald! What?
it's Out and About with Jim Cook, featuring Sonia and Santos. Tonight's episode, Controllers of the Phonies. Due to Jack White and the Raconteurs' strict no cell phone policy, no footage was available of the Raconteurs concert. Instead, we bring you Lou Tambone doing An Evening with Sting.
So Jack White had his wishes, and we had to lock our cell phones, so I have no footage of the show. By the way, I went to see the Raconteurs, which is an all-star band of some indie bands from mostly the Detroit scene. There's a Moody Suzuki guy, Ben Benson. He's got a good voice. They harmonize good together. They make a sound that's never been heard by the human ear before. Hey, there's stairs. So anyway, I may not have gotten a souvenir picture, but I sure as hell got a souvenir. I have a lock thing. I'm gonna use it as a beer cozy to remember the concert forever.
Hey guys, it's Sweet Jimmy Cook. 6-8 Mathematics is celebrating their 15th anniversary over at Tierney's in Montclair this Friday the 13th. This is gonna be a who's who of the scene. Everybody's coming out. So if you're a new band and you want to start networking, this is a good event to do it. You've never played Tierney's, you want to check out the venue, this is a good night to do it. But most importantly, come because the band's fucking good. Paul Crane's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Are you gonna be there?
Toys, books, tapes and DVDs, antiquities, oddities, an embalmed horse, all at amazing prices. Necropolis, serving up everything from superheroes to the obscure. 59 Passaic Street, Garfield, New Jersey. Don't forget to visit the haunted basement for some spooky deals. Necropolis, 59 Passaic Street, Garfield, New Jersey. Patronize if you dare.
Inquisitor is lurking grimly with an inquiry. It's time to name the asshole of the week soon. Cult of Contempt. Cult of Contempt. Cult of Contempt. Wednesdays at 8:15.
Hey guys.
What's up? Out of sight.
Wow. Well, welcome,
What is that?
Welcome to the Cult of Contempt podcast.
Are we in trouble?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not in trouble. In fact, we're celebrated.
We are? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Who's
How are we
celebrating us?
celebrating?
I don't know. I think we're celebrating.
We're celebrating us.
Whoa! Give ourselves a round of applause.
Hey, way to go, us.
Why did nobody else applaud? You guys.
Oh, all right. I'm
Where's your
sorry.
enthusiasm?
Well, I will tell you that I've been doing this podcast since August of last year. So we've been doing this for over a year now.
Yeah, but everything reset once Cult of Contempt became a thing.
So did it?
It reset, yeah.
That was like the beta version of a podcast.
That was the beta version?
Yeah.
What, two assholes?
Two asshole shitty podcasts.
That was the beta, okay.
It's like the beta version.
But there was one before the beta, right?
Reviews there.
I know we did, but
There's still a lot of good stuff there.
there was a lot of good stuff there. but I think it was the beta version of a podcast. It was like 12. What do we do? 12?
I think we did it more than that, but something like
15,
that.
something like that. It was a good run.
There was an asshole shitty podcast before Two Assholes, right?
Yeah, but then we just couldn't have it be 3 assholes.
Right.
Yeah, that's just too many assholes.
Good fire, asshole.
No, I like Cult of Content. It plays better. And
Plays better.
It's all encompassing.
We're all encompassing. Did you guys hear about the, this is my favorite thing that I read today.
What's that?
A guy bought Juul cigarettes, the e-cigarette, for his kid.
He bought Juul the singer cigarettes?
No, his kid. He bought his kid the e-cigarette, the Juul, Juul.
Oh, okay.
And
How old is this kid?
16. And then his kid got massively addicted to nicotine, and he can't function without it anymore. And now this guy and his son are suing the company Juul.
Oh my god.
They totally are upfront that it's a nicotine product. There's all kinds of warnings and disclaimers in all the commercials.
Why doesn't anybody take this guy to court for child endangerment?
Exactly. Well, nicotine is legal.
He's providing cigarette,
but with the parents' permission. It's not like it's a...
Your parents can't give you permission to break the law.
They can bring you into an R-rated movie.
That's not a law. What was the law?
It's an AMC law, and those are the toughest
Let me tell you
laws.
something. R-rated movies, that's not a law. That's a fucking suggestion.
Yeah.
That's not a law.
But you've never been turned down to get in? Like, I remember one time I got drunk, I bought cigarettes, and I showed up to Showgirls, and that's when I got carded. It was fucking weird.
Dude, we got
you let me
carded.
smoke and drink, but no boobs. No Saved by the Bell boobs for you.
I forget what movie we were even going to watch, but my friend got carded. He's fucking, like, almost 30 with, like, a full beard. He looks like a fucking terrorist.
Nice.
And they're like, oh, we need to see your ID. I'm like, I just bought a ticket without ID. I look like I'm fucking 19. Like, I look like I'm a kid. I'm maybe 20. My friend's got a full beard. He looks like a...
And they carded him.
And they carded him, and we had to go back to the house and get his fucking license. And then we came back, and they didn't card him.
Oh shit.
Wow.
That's some dumb shit.
But we learned a lesson that day. It's like, don't leave the house without your fucking ID. Like, as old as you think you look, you don't look that old.
That's true.
I don't know. I think I can get away with it. Babyface or no babyface. These crow's feet don't lie. These eyes have pain in them from experience, my friend. You'll get there one day.
No, I won't.
Was it cream pie?
I do like a good cream pie. Boston cream.
So yeah, the guy and his son are unnamed in the lawsuit.
Right.
So I just called him asshole and son of asshole.
What was the logic that the father used? Was it, I started smoking when I was your age, son, so I'm going to save your health and get you a Juul?
No.
Maybe his friends were like, Dad, you gotta get me a Juul pod because I want to be one of the cool kids like that Paul guy.
I really don't totally understand like the logic of like my parents would never ever buy me anything without being like, well, what is like?
Yeah.
He's asking for this. What is it? Like,
Yeah.
anal beads? No, we're not gonna get those.
You asked for anal beads?
No.
Well, what comes to mind? Do you guys remember that footage of that was making the rounds of that's like 2-year-old kid that's like smoking cigarettes in the Philippines or something?
Yeah. It was, yeah.
And he's like hooked on them and he's like swearing and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made the rounds. I thought he was just like a really well-placed little person, and the whole thing was a fake. But no, he's a legit little kid.
People have been unquestionably victimized by Juul's fraudulent advertising.
Really?
That's, yeah.
This whole thing could be a scam.
Well, it's like, I love too, it's like 6 people died by Juul. We gotta ban those.
Yeah.
6 people, fuck them. They were probably stupid. They probably either did it too much or they bought fucking cartridges from God knows where filled with God knows what. For some reason that's alternative to what the Juul was made for.
How do you know this story is real? You know that McDonald's story where the woman burned her crotch with the coffee? That turned out to be fake, man.
No, it was real.
Well, I heard that was some propaganda.
Yeah, Adam ruins everything. Did a whole piece on it.
Okay.
She was really hurt. The whole thing was a freak accident. She was really hurt. She just wanted her medical expenses. Barely got that. and then all the channels, all the nighttime talk shows, the hacks like Leno. Ugh, what a hack!
Hey, so
this looks like good.
Hey, I got a car and I got no kids.
He's supposed to be a good stand-up, but I think his time is like way overdue.
He should just sit down
pasture a
and
long
shut
time
the.
ago.
He fucking ruined Conan. He fucking sidebarred Conan, but we're really getting off the Jewel Pod topic.
No, we're not.
Conan wasn't that good anyway. He was
You don't like
okay.
Conan?
I kind of liked him a little bit, but I don't know. His
I always
stand-up's
thought he
okay.
had the best. He always brought in the best musical guests. There was always a bit of rock to it. I mean, he had other acts that he had to do.
He had a great.
Savannah Hot Nights, I found out through him. That's a cool chick band.
So many great bands. Death from Above 1979 was on there, and fucking Max Weinberg runs out. They play this one song. They're a two-piece band.
Right.
Bass and drums. And the drummer sings and he plays all this like crazy shit, like the high shit while he sings.
Was this on the NBC Conan or on the later
early,
TBS?
No, it was early Conan.
Okay.
Like, and fucking they're playing this one song, and I guess they had agreed that Max Weinberg is gonna run up and play with them. But he kind of like misses his cue and comes in a little bit late and gets caught up in like his fucking jacket. But you just see him like smacking the drums while he's getting the jacket off, and they're doing this build, and then it's just his jacket like flies off and it's like and like he just fucking
I gotta
it's fucking great. You can find it on Daily Motion. It's Death from Above 1979 on Conan. It's one of the greatest fucking. It was like I remember watching it as a kid and being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is this guy away from his drums? And then Max Weinberg, like, running up and kind of, like, stumbling. It was fucking great. There were so many times like that on Conan, actually, as a kid, where I would get psyched out. Like, especially when Norm Macdonald was on. And he would just fuck with, like, whoever the guest was. Like, the girl that was in the movie with Carrot Top.
Okay.
And,
did you get some Carrot Top dick?
no, he goes, you're in a movie with Carrot Top. What's it called? Box office poison? He's just like relentless, and this poor girl's just like, oh god.
Norm was one of the few guys to get like undubiously fired for being good at his job, you know?
Well, Norm Macdonald is a comedic genius.
Yeah.
He's like literally one of the funniest people. I think he's probably is the funniest man alive. Like I laugh at almost everything that guy's ever done. I've never
Dirty Work is a great
I've
movie.
never seen anything with Norm Macdonald where I'm like, fuck, I'm annoyed Norm Macdonald was in this because he was so bad.
Did you see his new talk show on Netflix? That was a little.
He's had a talk show for years. It was on YouTube. It was all over. It was on Hulu. But I think that he's
more of a stand-up guy.
I think he's a massive stoner, and he's completely not motivated to do anything but really be on the road and do stand-up. And like,
I don't know. Maybe he's hard to work with. I don't know. But Norm Macdonald and he, Norm Macdonald and the leader of Saturday Night Live. What the fuck is his name?
Lorne Michaels.
Lorne Michaels. Yeah. They
Dr. Evil is based on.
Yeah, Dr. Evil's based on, and the character from Kids in the Hall, that's the CEO of the drug. He's also based on.
I gotta brush up on my Kids in the Hall. I haven't seen that in.
Snuffers, the pill. He's like, he totally sounds like Norman. And then Dana Carvey was pissed at Mike Myers because he's like, well, I did Norm Macdonald.
Why the fuck wasn't Dana Carvey in Austin Powers anyway?
I don't know.
Like, I think Dana Carvey would have been an awesome Dr. Evil. Yeah. Honestly, I think either way. I think Dana Carvey probably could have played Austin Powers too.
I don't know.
But I think
I
he would
always
have been a
lean
great
towards
Dr. Evil.
Mike Myers.
I think Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Really?
He's a hack.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't
his
think so
Scottish
either.
accent. Oh, every character talks like Sean Connery.
But he did the Dr. Evil.
His SNL stuff.
He did that on fucking
great.
that stupid So I Married an Axe Murderer, where he does the clumps, like where he's like every member of his family, like, oh, I'm taking a shit. His fucking dad. I fell in the fucking toilet.
I like that movie
Look,
too.
I know he's probably difficult to work with, but at least he's a decent actor. I think he's a great actor. I mean, he was in Inglourious Basterds, and you don't even realize it's him.
Oh, you absolutely realize it's him. He's as distracting as like fucking, I don't know, like Glenn Close and Hook to me.
Well, there's
She just shows up as a male pirate.
there's this indie movie
Box.
with Margot Robbie and Simon Pegg, and Mike Myers is in it, and there's all this like intrigue about hired assassins and this mysterious figure that's paying the assassins, and Mike Myers plays this station agent who's just like kind of just cleaning garbage. And
He's paying the fucking assassins!
yeah. But I forget what the name of the movie was. I liked it, but I think he's a terrific actor. I get why some people don't like him, and Hollywood Hollywood doesn't want to work with him anymore.
I think Mike Myers kind of shot his load in the 90s. That's what I'll say. I think that by Austin Powers 3, people were like tired of it, and then by like The Love Guru, people were just like, this is the most racist thing I've ever seen. Like, he's supposed to be Indian.
Right.
It would have been a funny movie probably if he cast an Indian actor, you know.
Did you ever see Help, the Beatles movie?
Yeah.
They show up to an Indian restaurant, and like every waiter and the band and everybody in that fucking restaurant is fucking white as snow.
Yeah.
So
But that was the
Mike Myers does not have the market cornered on Indian racism.
You know what? They should have gotten, what's his name to play it? From Short Circuit, that guy that wasn't Indian that played an idiot.
What was his name? Ben? No,
He wasn't in
Yeah,
it.
Ben Jarvie in Short Circuit.
yeah.
No, that guy's not Indian. That's like
I didn't know
Fisher
that.
Stevens. He's like a fucking Jewish guy. He played he was in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
He was actually pretty convincing though.
He was super convincing because he fucking went to India and like studied Indian culture because he was like, I don't want to be like a fucking parody of Indian people, and I respect that, but I also would have respected him being like, hey, maybe get an Indian guy to play the fucking.
How do you feel about the whole Simpsons thing? Are you up on it? Because the Simpsons reacted, and
I
then
think
there was backlash to the
I think
react.
the whole thing with the Simpsons is fucking bullshit. I think Apu is the fucking like the pinnacle of like a.
If it wasn't for Lisa, he would be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
And one of the most rational people.
Like, he owns his own business, he has his family, like, he lives like a fucking normal life. He, like, deals with Homer's stupid bullshit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's just a fucking, he's like a regular, like, he's basically like the regular person in the world.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he happens to be Indian, and yes, a white dude happens to voice him, which I do kind of see as like, okay.
I can see being an Indian person and an actor, everybody's going to compare you to Apu because that's all that was before. And I think that's why a lot of, like the dude from that Kumar movie.
Oh, Kumar, yeah.
Yeah, he hated Apu. I haven't seen that whole documentary, but I've seen clips of it.
Well, that's Apu.
Because I was pissed off at first, because Apu's character's main agenda was to point out how xenophobic and racist our country is. He points out
by being completely like the
normal, and
human being, exactly.
There was that whole immigration episode where you had to take the test, and they're like, so why did we go to a civil war? And then Apu's all like, well, there was many reasons, including economical and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, we freed the slaves. That's it. That's all you need to know. And it's just like, you know, it just kind of points out, like, this guy really took American history seriously. They found out the real reason instead of just the, you know, what's the term for, like, the common, is there a better word for like, the common knowledge? Like, the common knowledge of the Civil War is, you know, we freed the slaves. But there was so much more to it because the South perceives it as property, and that's where the fundamental, and that's why it had economic ramifications.
I think that it was easy for rich white people in the South to blame black people for everything and give poor white people someone to feel better than.
They brought him here.
Yeah. Well, there is, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that
the rich
warring tribes in Africa would sell them to the white people.
Yeah,
So,
Africa sold this.
so there's some black on black crime there to some extent.
Well, they didn't have to treat them so horribly in the, you know, aftermath of that.
Oh, shit, just getting to this country, there's some horror stories, but like shit would go on in those boats that
Exactly.
It's like a fucked up
awful.
situation. Like, I don't know. I don't understand slavery. I was never alive in a time where that was even like a thought. Like, yeah, you know what? Let's get some fucking slaves to go do this shit. Like, you know, I lived through the time when everyone, like you guys did, has worked for a living and everyone has equal rights.
There's more slavery now than there was back then. There's
Not here.
Sexual slavery, yes, there is here.
Well,
people get
but
imported into this fucking country.
But it's not legal.
No, it's not legal.
It's not encouraged. Like, yeah, just buy more slaves. Like, if these ones die. Like, you know what I mean?
What about the fucking Mexican people outside of Home Depot? Where are they? They're pretty much indentured servants.
You know, you can look at it
They're
the
not
other
slaves.
way.
They make cash.
We're all kind of slaves to the corporate machine, really.
No, we're not.
We borrow the money, we give it right back to the corporations the same day. We work for them, they don't work for us. We are at their whims. Quit being a government shill. Wake up, people.
What are you drinking? Like the juice as the fucking one of the people from RoboCop drank that just makes them
super intelligent?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, our
It's
generation is much more in debt than previous generations.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Previous
the American
generations
dream is a
generated more wealth.
fucking lie. It's all a lie, and it's all perpetuated by those fucking talking heads that. Ugh. I turned on Stupid today, Hannity, just to hear what he would talk about, and it was just all this dreck and these like awful country songs with like 9/11 sound bites and shit, and just like, what an asshole. Where were fucking you when the people who went down there and did their job and had a 2-minute response time? Where were you when they needed fucking health care? Now you're fucking canonized. Fuck you.
Thank you, John.
Hannity makes me fucking irrationally angry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that make me irrationally angry.
Like what else?
Oh my god. So I was gonna actually drink this beer with this phone lock that I got at the Raconteurs concert. Very good show, by the way. I had a really great time. And did you know there was a second TikTok diner in Midtown?
I've heard that before. I've never
And
been
it's the best way to go. All right. So you got like 45 minutes before the show. It's right down the street. Bars take forever to bring you food. They have booze. It's such a better idea.
Oh, yeah.
And diners like to just turn people out, especially in Midtown.
Yeah,
they want you in and out, so you get your food fast. It's brilliant. And then we walked right in, and we were like 5 minutes late, but I knew Jack Waite's a fucking diva, and I knew he wasn't going on time. And they said it was going to be like from 10 to 11 was going to be, free form. It was more like, 10:15 to 11:30, 11:40. It was very loose. They just have to get under that midnight thing because there's a fine in the big arenas if you play past midnight.
Yeah.
Fish always pays it when they do Madison Square Garden, and I think Billy Joel has paid it too.
Wow,
But-
two artists that I don't want to watch.
Yeah. I saw Fish
The
once.
irony.
I did my checkbook in my head. I sort of reevaluated my life. I was so fucking bored.
What? You were bored by Fish?
Yeah. I mean,
You weren't on drugs. That was the
well, you
problem.
see, okay.
Yeah, you were only on this much drugs.
You like to fancy yourself as a corrupter, right? So, sir, to some extent, you fancy yourself as someone who influences people. He's denying it, but
I see myself as someone who people want to emulate.
oh jeez.
I don't see
Take it easy,
myself as an
Holden Caulfield.
influence. If people choose to emulate my great behavior, more power to them.
Anyway, when I met Allie, she wore these like hippie patch pants, and she didn't really know punk rock until I gave her this magic mixtape, and bam, the rest is history. There'd be no 6-8 mathematics without that mixtape. I say to you, on the eve of the 15th anniversary,
Wow.
I created, but she got me into some more progressive stuff. But I mean,
Yes.
no, Morphine,
No.
Jellyfish, the Hoodoo Gurus. They're more alternative rock, but just some interesting things. And I always misheard the lyrics. Like, there's a song called Miss Free Love, and I thought the song was called Mystery Love. Like, we're just gonna walk into a room and fuck something. I don't know if it's a guy, a girl, or
Like a glory hole.
yeah, kinda. Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah,
So, but that thing got closed and you couldn't use it as a beer?
I couldn't use it as a beer because now I'm irrationally angry. I was taking like refrigerator magnets and trying to screw it.
You could buy the tool online.
I don't want it that bad. This is just kind of funny to hang on the wall. Like, look, I stole this thing from Jack White. Fuck you, Jack White.
Mine's better because I ripped it open and then took videos with my phone. You could bite right through it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
I was feeling no
You bite
pain.
through it and then you take a key and just fucking rip that shit. And
There were guys with
oh
phones.
yeah, you'll bust that shit right out of there. I'm like, fuck this. You know what? I don't. If I fucking want to look down at my phone to see like what time it is or something, like,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking adult. I really
Right.
don't take videos. I took one and I was like, I'm not supposed to have a phone.
I will say this. Jack White's parting line is, people don't enjoy the experience of the show anymore. And what was funny was,
That's true.
when I had the cell phone in this thing and in my pocket, all I could think about is every moment that happened, I wanted to text Allie to tell her what was going on, because she was supposed to go to the show but couldn't go to the show because she had surgery earlier that day.
And you weren't gonna remember it by then.
And I was afraid I'd forget stuff, so I'm like, ugh. But you know what? There's a song she likes on the second record called "Old Enough," and it's a beautiful song, and a little country. Jack White gets a little country, but good country, not bullshit country. She wanted me to record it, and I was so pissed off that I couldn't. So that's why I stole this. It made me irrationally angry.
Next time, throw it.
But the cool thing, I buried the lead for the first time in my life. I slipped the door guy at 20 to get on the floor instead of going to the balcony, and I got in. It was great. Actually, it was Santos, Sonia, and I. The guy said 20 apiece. I'll get you on the floor. And Sonia's like, "What do you say?" And I'm like, "I budgeted for this kind of thing. Let's do it." It was really going to be spent on crack, but I decided to get on the floor instead.
I'm glad you decided to get on the floor instead.
I've never done crack. I always wanted to. So there was this guy on the side who was going to take
crack money, and you gave it to the door guy to see a concert.
Well, here's the
fucking
part.
idiot.
I'm not an idiot. I'm an honorable man.
You
Here's
should have
the
went
thing.
for the crack.
The door guy took 40 from those two and started heading in because I guess he was nervous about getting us in. And I never handed my 20, but then as we stopped, I gave it to him because, in my view, a deal is a deal.
Yeah, that's commendable.
Most people would have just let it go, but I thought about it.
You want Boba Fett coming after you? You know?
Yeah, do you want somebody during the show going, "Hey man, you shorted me"? You know, I didn't want the trouble. Deal's a deal. And $20 is definitely worth it because we can see the band pretty. I mean, you're pretty far back. I don't know. Haven't been to Hammerstone?
Oh yeah, it's a great venue.
Yeah.
I saw the Black Crowes there once. I got really close. It was one of the best live shows I'd ever seen. I don't know. You don't strike me as a guy into the Black Crowes. I could see you punching Chris
No, I
Robinson
love
in
the
face.
Counting Crows though.
Ew, what is wrong with you?
Mr. Jones. Oh yeah, so good.
That
you know
song
what
makes
else?
me irrationally angry.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh god.
I've been listening to a whole lot of "You and me, we come from different worlds."
I know what's going on.
God.
You like
and
to
the
laugh at
Blowfish.
me when I look at other girls.
No.
Yeah, he's so good.
You're having an affair with that drummer fellow who's into Hootie and the Blowfish.
Who does the blowjob?
What's his name? We just did a show with him. The guy. Did you see that? What?
I made a face at the camera.
Oh yeah, you always do that.
Am I the only guy who wants to take the Counting Crows guy
Jordan.
and put his hair in a vice?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's racist. You can't do that.
He's a white guy.
I know.
No, I thought he was a little bit of both. So what are the rules for that?
I don't know.
Are you?
Should we ask the first black president?
Yeah. Right.
Bill Clinton?
No. I do highly recommend that we show this clip of stuff that makes us.
Well, no. We should talk about what's irrationally angry, and then we're gonna go to the viewers and what they think.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thank you, teacher.
I was trying to transition.
I get that.
It's really
So
bad.
You and me, we come from different worlds.
you know when Jordan did that song at the show, like the audience like almost turned.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I had to hold a lot of back.
That's my favorite thing because I feel like the mass suffering of fucking people at a show hearing a song that's like, I know this song. Like, do I love it? Not really. But Is it driving all of these people fucking crazy to hear it? Yes.
So you'll take the visceral reaction whether it's negative or
hell
positive?
yeah. Because you know what? It's like, that's a fun song. Like, I don't listen to the radio, so I never fucking hear Hootie and the Blowfish. Or
There was a
bullshit.
comedian who used to say he wanted the audience to turn on him. Was it Jim Carrey or no?
No, I don't
He wasn't
imagine
much of
Jim
a-
Carrey would do very well with an audience turned on.
I think Andy Kaufman, that was kind of his thing.
No,
Wrestling
that's
and stuff.
Jim Carrey said it in an interview about Andy Kaufman. That's where I'm getting confused. I've been working a lot lately. It's been a weird week.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had this idea to like, hey, what bands do you? Because Inquisitor is missing. I don't know where he is. We'll update that soon enough, but he's not
You
dead.
lost Inquisitor?
I didn't lose him. I think he's been kidnapped. But that's another problem for another time.
You liar.
So I
You
thought,
lost him.
Lindsay, give back Inquisitor.
Yeah, she probably stole it. She was working the booth too at our last event.
You hussy.
I can almost hear her on the other line. I am not.
I'm too tired to be a hussy. I don't have the stamina. Anyway, that's something she would say. Anyway, so I said, hey, what band do you irrationally hate? So Paul answered first and said Ozzy. I said the Bare Naked Ladies, and then Phil said Weezer. Sorry, Jim. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not in bed with Rivers, you know. I like them, but
I know, I hear you every once in a while going off. He's such a great songwriter. I'm like, bleh.
I think he is a good songwriter. But
Homies, this is my girl.
Oh God, they're so slow and boring.
you should hear my
Awful. Just awful.
my punk band.
Just Drek. I just want to turn them into paper.
Zeros. Weezer is a bunch of zeros. Drek.
Hashpipe was the only decent song they had, and I think that fucking Toto did it better than them. I want to put that out there.
Do you like their cover of Africa?
I think
I thought
the original was
their
better.
covers are way too on the nose. They also did Take On Me. Well, it's a whole cover album. but
Yeah.
I just thought all the covers were way too on the nose.
Awful.
But the one song that if I'm banished from this planet and I get one song from every band, the song that I would take would be El Scorcho on the second record, Pinkerton. Because the Adam beat used to do it faster, so instead of it was like because Terry took the riff and made it faster. He went because that's the way. And then when Terry would do stuff like that, he always had a great ear. But he would always make this face when he's doing it, and he's got these big, like, ridiculously, fucking cliche features and this is the face. So we used to all like
chiseled and
he's all chiseled.
like an ivory god.
But I was like, why can't I get some attention?
No, never. We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, you could Vader bomb that motherfucker.
Vader bomb.
Vader bomb?
Vader bomb.
What's a Vader bomb?
You don't know Vader?
Wait, do I put on a Darth Vader
That
mask
guy,
and blow
that
it
wrestler,
and
he wore that big red mask. He wore a red mask and a fucking thing and just dropped guys on their head. Vader ruled.
Oh, the wrestler.
The wrestler.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not Darth Vader. You could do that. You could force choke Harry.
I'm not gonna force choke my friend.
Would you force choke his chicken? You're not really touching it.
All right. To dispel the rumors, Terry and I are not and have never been lovers.
There was no rumor of that. Now you have made people question.
But just sleep in the same bed with foot pajamas.
His ex thought that I was bi and I was into him, and she was threatened by it. She thought our relationship was too close.
Oh, she'd be super threatened by me.
You think that fat piece of shit's a threat? Look at me.
Hey Terry, are we gonna ditch your wife and fuck?
Ball goes all the way down to the balls.
No, I don't. I just, if I see somebody in a bad situation, I'll pretend to be gay and make their horrible wife think that we're
Even
having
worse.
there, just to get them out of the situation. We'll go do something super straight afterwards. Like I'll watch some football for like 25 minutes. Try to understand what's happening. There's lines.
Clear it out of your system.
There's like lines and numbers. I don't know.
I could do a bit called like sports for morons.
Yeah, can we get a sports guy to come explain sports to me?
I know sports. You don't need a sports guy. I was a sports guy.
You were?
Sports guy.
Yeah, I played football as a kid. I played baseball. I
know what
love.
third down is?
Yeah, that's the down before the final down. That's a big crucial down.
Crucial down.
If you are within 5 yards, you got a good shot at getting the first down.
Can we arrange like a charity touch football game amongst all the invalids and miscreants and people we know?
I wanted to get a softball game together.
Softball game? I'll play softball.
I'll play softball.
Years ago I did, right? Like the drummer from the Death Machines, Gavin, and a bunch of like people I used to hang out in college. And what was fucked up was there was a barbecue after, and Allie's ex was at the barbecue, and Allie and I were not allowed to attend. And it was like it was all kinds of fucked up. So fuck it.
What happened with your league? I want to know about the game.
Oh right. So Mike Random showed up, and he played baseball like a soccer player.
Weird.
He had the worst swing I had ever seen. It was terrible, but he tried. He showed up.
You gotta try.
You gotta try.
Yeah,
Were you allowed to bunt? I'm a big fan of bunting.
Yeah.
Bunts in softball?
Are you allowed? I don't know. I was never allowed in b-ball. I would try it because I used to do it in sports talk.
What's
baseball?
Isn't that basketball?
No, b-ball was like fucking.
Oh, like
it was like t-ball,
for the handicap
b-ball, then farm league, then little league.
Yeah, farm league, little league.
I'll admit it's a little league. That was it.
Or b-ball, t-ball.
I mean, it's the
b-ball, little league,
15-year-old
farm league,
team.
high school. I forget what the fucking order was, but yeah, no.
They didn't have t-ball in my day.
I didn't play.
No.
No, we had to pitch.
I didn't play past.
When I was real little.
Actually, I played 1 year past b-ball, but a bunch of kids picked on me. But then they all started doing drugs and died. So I won.
You had your anti-drug.
I did. Backyard wrestling.
Nice.
I gotta tell you,
Ryan.
I was doing a lot of demos in Nutley this week, and like, I just every time like certain guys would walk by, I go, "Is that the new Nutley Queen?" And I just was he trying to be a hobo? Because he kind of came across like a hobo.
The character was like, we just rip off other wrestling characters.
Right. So he was like Razor Ramon?
No, Camel Toe was like fucking Undertaker. I was like Raven. The one guy was like Chris Benoit. The guy.
So what was the Nutley?
The Nutley Guido was based on the Brooklyn Brawler.
Okay.
Like a character that was like a.
His whole point is to show off the skills of the other wrestler.
And Brooklyn Brawler
always
notoriously lost, except when he beat Shawn Michaels. He won a couple of like huge matches over the years.
Really? They let the Brooklyn Brawler beat Shawn Michaels?
The Brooklyn Brawler, I always thought he was like basically a heel, like a bad guy, but but you know, like
he became an underdog.
After he was old, people just always cheered him because it's like, it's a fucking Brooklyn Brawler. Like, he's been here since 1985, whatever. But
he was in that
they actually turned him heel and made him the Boston Brawler. And he wore fucking Red Sox shit when the Red Sox won the World Series and got like major heat. It was great.
Oh, so he kind of like turned on Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh,
So he turned heel. But he was like always, I don't know, bad guy. But he was, I always liked the Brooklyn Brawler because he was like the dude that was in the back, like he's like a road agent, like training the guys and fucking. He's one of those dudes that they put him out there to lose because he can put anybody through a good match, through a passable match. Even though he wasn't the pinnacle of like physical.
The guy losing is really supporting the guy winning. That's the way it works. It's a two-way street. Glow covers that.
Yeah, it does.
It is a kind of a two-way street, and it's like you could have a guy that's losing that doesn't show it. Then there's like matches where like Goldberg fought Steven Regal. Steven Regal's a fucking like a British like technical wrestler. Like this dude's not gonna fucking. He's not gonna make some guy that's a muscle-bound idiot that doesn't really know wrestling at all look good. And he's like tripping him up and fucking making him he made Goldberg look like a fucking asshole. He dead weighted him. Goldberg's finisher was that he would lift the guy up in a suplex and then drop him down in a slam.
Goldberg, the guy who became the actor.
Yeah. He fought Steven Regal. It's one of the fucking funniest matches ever because Goldberg's used to like just kicking everybody's ass. Everybody sells for him. WCW paid so many guys to lay down for Goldberg. Fucking Steven Regal just wasn't fucking having it.
I never saw him wrestle, but I always thought he was an okay character actor. Serviceable.
Goldberg's best movie is the Santa Claus movie that he's in. I forget what it's called.
Wasn't he a side character in a rock movie? No, he was a villain in something. Like hired help muscle.
He was in one of the Universal Soldier movies. He was in
That's what it was.
Probably with Van Damme and like
he was a mercenary.
You were probably in the theater when that fucking came out.
I saw that the day.
Like were you working the theater or?
No. I didn't work the theater. I worked for ShopRite. ShopRite had their company picnic, and me and this dude who now is in the band Sabbath in Black, the Sabbath tribute band that's local. He and I went and saw Universal Soldier. Honestly, it was a terrible movie.
Do they play Dio?
Yeah.
They won't. Remember, I interviewed them. They don't, and they didn't answer. They were kind of dodgy about it. I don't think the singer could sing the Dio stuff. They only do Ozzy stuff.
Oh, so the singer's not that good.
He dresses the part. He's got heart.
I'm just trying to transition.
Yeah, he doesn't make me irrationally angry. Anyway, so. Yeah, we're,
Do you know what makes me irrationally angry?
So Ozzy Osbourne, tell me why Ozzy Osbourne makes you irrationally angry.
Because he's not very good. He's just kind of like, he's as good as the people that are around him.
Yep. Zach Wilde prompted him up.
Fucking totally.
Yeah.
And it's like, so is Rob Zombie, but I think Rob Zombie kind of gets like the respect that Rob Zombie fucking deserves.
I think, well, at least Rob Zombie's a big picture guy. He knows how he wants to look. He knows how he wants to sound. He's a big picture guy. There's nothing wrong with being a big picture guy. See, Ozzy was always propped up by Sharon. Sharon was the big picture.
Ozzy comes to something with, like, nothing. Like, I can't imagine Ozzy's like, I got this idea for a song. Maybe he sings it, but I can't imagine that he's, like, a musical guy that fucking sits down and writes songs.
The illusion was cracked for me when I found out he did not write the lyrics to Crazy Train, because he always kind of took credit for it.
Hellraiser, the song Hellraiser was like written by Lemmy. Lemmy wrote fucking so many good Ozzy songs, and that's like what pisses me off. It's like, you know,
Ozzy paid a lot of respect to Lemmy when he did.
And I know Lemmy got fucking paid, so like that's really like key. But it's like, come on, like you're gonna prop up that guy? Like, yeah, I guess you know what, the dollars, fucking money talks. Like, somebody I hate asks me to write a song, fucking, and it'll sell 1 million copies. I'll fucking do it. I don't care. But I don't know. I respect Lemmy 1 million times more than I respect Ozzy.
I thought Ozzy was just a good frontman.
That is boring as shit.
He's running around, he's showing you his butt,
Just
he's
jumping, dumping water on security guards. They don't sign up for that. They have a radio, it probably gets ruined. Nobody ever thinks about their plight.
Did you ever see the Motley Crue movie? He's like snorting ants and fucking doing all kinds of weird shit.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just saying, like, he was kind of a rebel back in the day. Like,
well,
he was rocking
just
all
because
back
you
in
act
the
like
day.
an asshole doesn't make you a good artist. And I mean, look.
But he wasn't the artist. He was the front man. He was just there to entertain people, man. The other guys were writing the songs.
But Sharon always made it seem like
Why is
Ozzy
the
was the
band
guy,
called
the
something
mastermind.
else?
Yeah, she does, but you don't see him doing that. He's
The band should be called Sharon.
Yeah, it's
fucking dog out there shitting on the floor. Fucking hot.
I always loved the line to learn how to love and forget all the hate. You know, on Crazy Train, because it was like, here's Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness, with a positive message.
A lot of his songs have a positive message, and frankly, I like a lot of his songs without the vocals. Like, if anybody else sings them, it's like, it's not like I'm opposed to Crazy Train. I just think, like, man, like somebody with fucking balls and a little bit of sense would have made Black Sabbath so much better. And then Dio comes in, he's like a sober guy, like fucking just wants to write about Dungeons and Dragons. Okay.
which created a whole subgenre of metal called power metal. Dio's very responsible for that.
Yeah.
I think Manowar has their part in that too.
But you know what, too? It's like...
I like Dio and I like power metal.
But think about it.
Say that.
Fucking
It's all right.
Led Zeppelin was writing about fucking orcs and shit, like...
Yeah.
And all that. And
It's
fucking
fun.
Ramble On is all about the fucking Hobbit, man.
Exactly. That's
Or
what I mean.
Lord of the Rings.
That's what I mean. It's like...
Because they talk about Mordor.
Yep.
It's not out of the realm of fucking...
No, but I mean, it's just like anything. Like it builds. Like Blue Cheer comes out with this really crazy version of Summertime Blues. Then all of a sudden Sabbath comes out, and then boom, metal is born. Same thing in this scenario. It's just like you start out with Zeppelin's doing the battle dorky stuff. That's what Ali calls it, battle dork. And then later on Manowar's doing it, and they're making like analogies between Vietnam and fucking Knights of the Round Table shit.
Yeah. I always liked Manowar. Like that's like one of.
I
those
like that
things-
Fight the World album that had that song Carry On. We actually got the DJ to play it at a high school dance, and we thought we were so badass. And then when the fast part comes in, we started moshing, and then we had like a mobster that was our vice principal. His name was Gus Rampone, and he had a gravelly voice. James, are you cutting glass again? And everybody in my life sounds like David Johansen. But hey, what life that would be? Can you imagine that? It's like you wake up one day and everybody in your life is David Johansen. Like, let's have a kiss, honey. Oh yeah. So so Gus Rampone would like, hey, knock that off. Why are you kids bumping into each other? I don't know. Gus Rampone was a good guy though. He was good.
So Jim, who is your irrational?
Bare Naked Ladies, and I'll tell you why. Because their name describes how douchey they are. They think they're so fucking clever. It's been 1 week since we sold the song to another fucking corporation. We're a bunch of fucking douchey sellouts.
Oh, come on, that's not how it goes. You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate them. Yeah, they're fucking terrible. But they're douchey. They have this song about like the wasted potential in the suburbs, and when they're talking about it, they're like, ugh, I feel sorry for these kids in the suburbs. They have all this potential, and all they'd rather do is watch episodes of WKRP in Cincinnati. Fuck you. I hated that fucking show, and I hate you too. Anyway, not you two, but him as well. You two, they're douchey too, but that's another story for another time. My point is, there's a line in that song, I could lie over there. I just made you say. I could lie under there. I just made you say underwear. That's a look how clever I am. Fucking lyric. You just want to fucking come on, Paul. You want to punch that guy.
I wrote a lyric of these 2 cents are worth a dime. So here's my best advice. That's a punchable lyric.
No, that's cooler though.
Why?
Because I guess it's all in presentation. And with you got grit. These guys are a bunch of fucking
Bare Naked
assholes.
Ladies are a bunch of hard-ass motherfuckers.
All you do is just be contrary. Why do you have to be a heel? Why do you have to be a Brooklyn brawler?
I'm Ryder Piper. I'm not Brooklyn.
He was one of the best ones.
I'm universally loved and hated at the same time by Gwen Lopez.
Gwen Lopez. Well, yeah, your pet torture project. Jesus.
No, I don't torture Gwen Lopez. I hope her adenoids feel better. Gwen, I hope your adenoids feel better.
We all do, Gwen.
Gwen.
Phil doesn't mean it.
From Cult of Contempt.
Did you go out on a date with Christine? Speaking of,
no, on Sunday we're going out.
Oh, you're going out. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look
Mr.
in my
Masterminds.
crystal. I'm gonna look in my crystal ball.
Your crystal balls.
Yeah.
So what do you?
I set
what are you
this
guys
up.
doing?
I set this up like fucking the dating game. Like I was what's that guy that used to kiss everybody?
Oh. I don't remember.
Oh, Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
he was Family Feud, not the dating game.
I don't know, but I was like Richard Dawson, setting up motherfuckers.
Okay. Richard Dawson set up motherfucker. So, all right. So you set them up.
Pubes ain't gray. You want to hit that?
All you and Santos are going to that. Well, no, you're doing the dating thing right. I told Santos the other day. Here's what you do. I have a job, my dick works, and I like to eat pussy. You'll get a date. You'll at least get one date. At least one date. Just say in your profile, my dick still works. I like pussy. Guarantee you get it.
That is the worst advice.
I know.
I would write that I want to make love preferably
I'm not comfortable with me being the irrational one and you being the voice of reason.
I would like to have relations, perhaps I would say, or I would like to coiticize you.
I'll do all the things that Bruno Mars wouldn't do, like buy you flowers and hold your hand.
Sounds like you're gonna cauterize her vagina or something. Jesus.
Coiticizing.
Let's meet with the coiticizing.
Oh my god.
Let's have relations.
But seriously, I mean, that's what a girl wants. A guy with a steady job that she doesn't have to pay for. A guy's dick works. I mean, being good in the sack helps.
I think women want a little more romance than that. I think you gotta kind of work into that kind of stuff.
It's more than cock and money.
It's all about cock and money.
It's all about cock and money.
Didn't Fred Durst have a song about that? It's all about the cock and the money. Yeah.
I
We
thought
don't defile the great name Fred Durst in this domicile.
Sorry, Sensei.
Someday there's gonna be a bare naked ladies opening.
No,
up
I
Fred
can't-
Durst.
Yeah, right? Yeah, oh my god, I'm gonna love that show.
I can't wait to watch Fred Durst.
I'll be right there.
Fred Durst directed John Travolta in a film. We must reserve judgment on Fred Durst until we see it.
Oh my god, Fred Durst, you want the nookie? Oh.
We should record a commentary track for this movie. No,
Oh, we're doing this.
watch it,
Oh, yes.
and we should just record a commentary track and put it out.
That's gonna be like MST3K or something.
Yeah, but we can't put it out with the actual movie. We can only put it out and be like, line up this line from our podcast with the movie. Like, I'll say a line the same time John Travolta does, and you know.
Oh, to sync it, right? Yeah.
To sync it, and then
what was that?
Oh, okay.
Riff tracks.
Yeah, riff tracks. They had like a clock that would say a line. Yeah. I think it was some kind of robot.
We're gonna steal a page out of riff tracks, and we're gonna do a commentary on The Fanatic, the Fred Durst epic starring John Travolta as an obsessed fan.
As long as we don't do a hack job and just do it live, I want to watch
Oh no,
the
we're
movie
doing
a
it
few times.
live.
No, I gotta watch the movie at least 3 times before I do it.
I want our true reactions.
Oh,
to this.
Jesus, dude, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. The NSC3 guys are so planned and calculated, and that's
Jim
why
will
it's
watch
good.
it for the first time with us.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch it for the first time.
For the first time. For the very
First time I
Did you guys hear about this other thing? This dude fucking set up cameras and was recording videos of people peeing in New Jersey.
What is he, Chuck Berry? Jesus.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that's not even an attractive time. Like, oh man, like a girl shitting. I want to fuck her. You know what I mean?
There's
Like,
a form for anything. You name something, there's probably a fetish for it.
Yeah,
but I love it.
If Phil Perry taught me anything, there's a fetish for everything.
There's a fetish for everything.
That's how I found the, Booger in the Asshole website. Changed my life.
Wait, what?
Woo! Police confronted Daly, who denied responsibility or knowledge of the recording equipment, but later admitted placing recording devices in both bathrooms to view unknown female's private area.
Oh my god.
What a winner.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Rockaway Township.
I think he just wants to have relations with these women and buy them.
But who wants to watch somebody fucking piss and shit?
Yeah, really.
Some people have a thing for the pee-pee thing.
Yeah, there's the water sports.
And the scat thing I don't understand, and I never have or never will see 2 girls in a cup.
I think
Don't care.
It has to be
We're
something
going to show
like,
it right now.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yes.
Of
course.
Did you jerk off while you were watching it?
No.
Oh.
I watch all number of horrible things online, ranging from fucking beheadings to people dying in accidents.
Are you old enough to remember Faces of Death?
Yeah, I love Faces
yeah.
of Death.
That was
I
like
used to
the
watch that
only
when
way
I
you could
was, like,
see
a
that.
kid.
Now the internet killed the whole Faces
Yeah,
of
it did.
Death.
half of it's fake anyway.
But you know what? It's one of those things where it's like, if I approach this in real life, I'll at least have seen it.
Yeah.
Before, you know, like, okay, I know what a real beheaded head looks like if I ever stumble across one.
I think you'll feel different if you feel or see a real one.
Of course. It's
not like you're desensitizing yourself because you saw it on.
A lot of the faces. But I'll tell you, the fucking It movie where the dude killed himself, his blood all over the bathroom. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I saw a real bathroom after my brother killed himself in it. It was like, that's not dissimilar from movies I've seen. Like, have I ever seen it for real? No. But Freddy vs. Jason, like, they have a scene like that. It's like, it's not far out of the realm of fucking
real life.
Yeah.
There's been this like douchey thing with filmmakers about the color of blood. Like they always get it wrong. And then there was a thing on screen. There were a bunch of horror movies.
Yeah, because they don't fucking shoot in black and white.
Yeah.
They shoot in color like assholes.
You think all horror movies should be shot in black and white?
I think everything should be in black and white.
Black and white is a lot kinder on Sweet Jimmy.
I think fucking color ruined everything, like with movies, and I don't want to see stupid colors. I just want to see black and white. I wish everything was black and white. I don't want to have to think about, why is she wearing a red dress? I don't want to think about that. I want the writing to be good enough that I don't care what color she's wearing.
Would you be open to like the Spielberg and have like a single item?
No, fuck that.
Okay. Wow. It was a ball and shit.
Any movie I ever make will be in black and white. I'll never shoot a movie in color. I don't know. I don't care for. I couldn't care less.
I see you do. Well, I've been looking at the Warm Bodies footage, and I like the color and I like the look of that. It's black and white, but it's not your standard black and white. You did something else.
It's all stark.
Yeah.
That's stark.
Did you play with the gain, or was it another effect?
I played with gain. I played with.
It's uniquely your look. Nobody else has video that looks like
Nobody
that.
else could do that.
Maybe not.
I've been doing this for so long. I got so many tricks up my sleeve. When I finally pivot to video full time, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
That's what you should call it, pivot video.
Pivot video?
Pivot video.
No, every company pivots to video and fires all their writers. Like, oh yeah, you don't know how to write for video. You only have to write articles, and then they fire everybody.
Really?
You ever see that? Yeah, you never saw that in your writing career?
My writing career was mostly on the internet, so.
Yeah, so was these people's, but they were like music writers, right?
Okay. Allie crossover.
But it's like one of those things where
she used to write for video, but started out, right?
But they'll do this thing, like they'll have a bunch of writers that are like covering albums or whatever. Then they pivot to video. They get people that already do videos kind of about music to do their video shit.
Right.
And they don't need the writers anymore for the articles. So
unless you're that doofus that looks like a Ramon that writes for Rolling Stone that I want to punch in the face. How's that guy's name?
Should we roll the footage of?
We should probably roll the footage.
Yeah.
Write for video is not that hard. You just write a script.
Yeah.
I've written scripts before.
You can write for video.
Here's what you thought. Listeners.
All right. Is there a band that irrationally makes you angry?
I don't know. I was thinking about this when you brought it up before. Sound of Adam Levine's voice makes me want to peel my face off with a rusty tweezer.
Jeez, I hate them so much.
What about Danzig do you not like?
Annoying, boring, meat and potatoes. Wow.
Did you have an opinion on the Misfits?
I would rather listen to Misfits.
Is there a band that makes you irrationally angry?
Yes, Dave Matthews Band.
Oh!
Really?
Danzig told me he hates that guy.
That's not a rock and roll Tepper or Jeff Tepper.
They're the worst.
Fucking hate those guys. That singer's a hack.
The drummer's okay though.
Nice.
Shut up.
I have no problem with that.
Okay. Is there a particular album you like?
No, I like them all. I like No Rest for the Wicked. I like Blues and Boz. I liked all of them. I was a kid. What? What was Paul? Paul was like 2. Paul, what do you know?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I think it's because
Weezer?
I love Weezer.
Some people find Weezer to be like a fine Chardonnay. Do you agree with that, or do they make you irrational?
You know what? I like Weezer. I like them because they're very
I'm in the
organic.
minority. I don't care.
What is it about Weezer that listen to?
I think a girl dumped him while Buddy Holly was playing in the background.
He was dumped while he was hearing. There's probably a lot of bands. Why is he focusing on these?
Yeah, they're okay. There's a couple songs. I can't listen to the whole record all at once. That's like sacrilegious. But
Weezer to me is hit and miss. I like the first album quite a bit, but then after that it's like 3-4 songs.
They're like wallpaper to me. I have no opinion. I like Bare Naked Ladies in general, but not the band so much. But you know what? I'm not going to turn them off in front of the radio. Okay.
Like, you mean as humans, or like you like naked ladies?
You know what? I like the song, kind of, but it's like, all right, what more to go?
fuck them right in the face.
All right. I didn't have a lot of time to cut that, so it's not as good as I wanted it to be. There was going to be some B-roll, which for those layman's, B-roll is when you have pictures and video of the subject that you're speaking about. Because in the old days, they used to roll it on a B cassette deck. There would be an A and a B.
Now it's B-hole.
Yeah, B-hole.
B-hole. B-hole.
Yeah, anyway. But, yeah, so, got some opinions.
Fuck them.
No. Do you have, like, since we're on the subject, like, do you have do either of you have a favorite, like, between Danzig and Misfits? Is it always Misfits before Danzig?
Yes.
And where does Samhain fit into all of this?
In the middle.
In the middle. So you like it in the order that it was?
It literally is as good as the order that it comes in.
I saw Danzig live, and I was a little underwhelmed. It's a little dirgy. I thought the Misfits had more piss and vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
It had the hook of being about horror films, so you wanted to listen to the lyrics.
I'll tell you, too, there's like, when
and the Woes.
Danzig live, like, recently, or in the last, like, 10 years, or did you see Danzig live, like, fucking...
The last time I saw Danzig was 1994.
Okay, so you saw Danzig, though. That was, like, the prime Danzig lineup of, like... So that...
Wait, did that include the dude that's from Nutley or from this era? No, from Lodi? Isn't there a dude from Lodi that's...
Yeah, the guy from Samhain.
Yeah.
In the band. I don't know if... No, in 94 he probably wasn't in the band.
He wasn't in the band.
But, that was like... I don't know. That's the Danzig lineup. Like, it was John Christ, I think, and, fucking Eerie Von, and...
I kind of lost interest after the first record. I thought the second record was a little weak, and... The first record should be re-recorded and remastered, because the drums sound like shit.
The first three, I think, are, like, the three best Danzig records, and then 4 is good, and then 5, 6, and 7, I fucking hate. Then in Danzig 8, it was called Circle of Snakes, and he, like, during the 3 before that, he, like, kind of tried with, like, industrial music and, like, doing the Rob Zombie thing.
They all did.
And this and that.
They all did. Halford did that. Yeah.
Alice Cooper, they all did. But by Danzig 8, again, he had, like, a band, and even though it's the guy from Prom playing guitar, it was still, like, this is, like, dudes playing fucking instruments again, and, you know, the songs on it are pretty heavy. And then
was that his motivation to leave the Misfits in the first place? He wanted to play with better musicians? Is that?
I think so. And he didn't want to do, like, stupid Halloween bullshit. Like, Jerry wanted to wear these fucking costumes and paint oil like fucking Frankenstein. And, like, just kind of like, it's like, it's sort of like like our motif, but not our fucking gimmick, you know? Like, we're a little weird. We're not that weird. Like, we're weird in this other way. That's the Samhain kind of, like, the dark. It's all dark. It's, like, about, you know, real shit, like witchcraft or whatever.
But you know what's funny about the Misfits? I used to go and collect the movie posters of songs, or postcards of the movie posters of songs. So I had a sheet hanging in my stairwell of my old apartment. I found an Astro Zombies, but I wound up giving it to Aunt. I framed it and gave it to Aunt like a year later. The movies, it's almost like the Atari games. Like, the picture on them, or the songs about these movies are actually better than the movies. Like, Teenagers from Mars is a really boring fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I think there's, like, a lobster as the bad guy. Like, the monster is literally a fucking lobster. And, I never saw Astro Zombies was a little boring. Was there a movie called Devil's Whorehouse, or is that just something that Glenn made up? I could never find anything.
Probably made up.
I don't know. But I don't know.
I think
was
Devil's
like the song
Whorehouse was in the tagline of a movie.
Yeah.
Something
Welcome
about
to the
Devil's Whorehouse.
Head on up to the Devil's Whorehouse.
That's a great song.
I always kind of thought Spook City, USA was probably some racist joke that they made into a song.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, definitely.
You think it's a racist?
Knowing all those guys, the way that, like, yeah, I kind of do.
Because you know them more on a second degree basis than on a
I would kind of think
basis.
that was probably some kind of inside joke.
Oh,
It's just my speculation.
Oh, okay. Your speculation.
I don't know anything.
So, wow. Yeah, we should probably move on. We don't want to get you in trouble.
I'm not going to get in trouble.
You'll be an outcast and a pariah to the horror community.
I'm already an outcast and a pariah to the horror community because I fucking make fun of all the bands that just... If you send me like an invite on Facebook, like, hey, be my friend, like, okay, whatever. Like, maybe I know you, maybe I don't. Sometimes I meet people once and I don't remember. Like, it's fucked up. I'm sorry, but shit happens. And then
you don't remember me eating that cereal here.
Yeah, the Sour Patch Kid cereal, exactly. It's like the show's in black and white. I don't know what the fuck I'm eating. That's the point. It's the writing that's good. But what the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, you just talk about
You just got
Facebook.
gymmed.
Sometimes you
People
yeah.
will send me a friend request. I'm like, okay, I guess I know this person. Maybe they know me. I don't know. I'll just accept it. And then like 5 seconds later, it's like, hey, like my page of like my band. So like, I always check. I try to check out anything I'm sent. You know. Yeah. Whatever. What is it? If I see that you're fucking painted in skeleton makeup and then you're singing like Glenn Danzig, I just turn it off after like 5 seconds. Like, it's like, nope, gone.
Because it's derivative, or
because I just don't care. The only person I want to hear sing like Glenn Danzig is fucking Glenn Danzig.
Yeah.
The only person I want to hear sing like Morrissey is Morrissey. Like, I don't want to hear somebody do their fucking impression of somebody because that's the genre. That's not a genre. That's fucking unoriginality and being derivative.
You know, it's funny. I toe that line because I learned American Nightmare for the last show, and I felt when I heard it back that I was trying to be too Elvis, so I need to be more myself because it's more genuine. Is that what you're getting at? Like to be genuine?
Anybody can go up there, sing like fucking Glenn Danzig. Can you fucking actually sing that song with your own balls? You know what I mean? That's the way I feel about, like, even, I don't know, fucking, I'll listen to any band that I think sounds original. You know what I mean? Like, this sounds like...
So tribute bands are off the table for you. You have no interest in any tribute band.
Not really. No, unless they're interesting. And like, I always wanted...
Dred Zeppelin?
No, I always liked like Black Flag. Like,
okay, because it's the new twist, yeah.
Yeah, tribute band, or like, there was one, Hung Queens Can Suck It was the 7-inch, and it was two Kens, but they were dicks and they were crossed. I forget the fucking name of the band now, but it was like a pink 7-inch. I gave it to my friend, and it was like all these hardcore songs, but like the Gayrilla Biscuits. And it was all these hardcore songs, but they just made them super gay, like, I feel your cum down my throat! Like, all these guys just screaming. It's like this is the fucking best thing ever.
What's funny about that is the DC Horrors, the punks team was notoriously homophobic.
Yeah,
like, Bad Brains they had songs about it. Like,
I don't know, I like a good twist on something, like a good parody. Or
I'm just saying, like, that makes it even funnier because...
Yeah.
That scene was so anti...
Bringing it down my throat! It's fucking great.
I don't know, I can only listen to so much DC hardcore. I can't listen to a lot of it at once.
I think it made its mark, but I'm with Paul. I think that you need to bring something original to the table.
Exactly. I agree.
If you play horror songs and you sound like NoFX, I will listen to you. Or you sound like Green Day.
Oh, right.
You know, like...
Has anybody done...
Well, but that's how people sound. Like, I feel like the... Like,
well, was Danzig derivative of Elvis all along?
Totally.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I'm gonna rip somebody off, I would rather rip off Elvis or Lou Reed than Glenn Danzig. You know, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, Go further than that influence of like, listen to what Danzig listened to, and then tell me that's the shit Danzig would dig. You know what I mean? Like, it's like fucking Danzig didn't want to do the Misfits because he didn't want to do that shit. Like that silly fucking shit anyway. Like he wanted to kind of be like a little more serious.
He was afraid it was going to be a novelty act.
Exactly. I think anyway. I don't know.
All rock stars are doomed to become parodies of themselves, and they all have. Except the Beatles, because they broke up before they had the chance. Nirvana didn't become a parody of itself because Kurt Cobain died before they had the chance. Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. I mean, if you really break down the
Joan Jett was a hilarious Kurt Cobain, though.
What was that?
Joan Jett was a hilarious Kurt Cobain. Who's your asshole of the week?
Oh, mine is the staff and the club Crossroads. I was very underwhelmed with that venue. Okay, so in the bar area, which is up high, there's a side where you sit. And I went up to the waitress, I was hungry. I went up to the bartender, I was hungry. I was like, hey, can I order food with you? And she's like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, you're standing right in front of the POS machine, which is a point of sale machine. That's what they got thing. And then she mumbled something. I said, you gotta find a waitress. I was fucking pissed. I'm like, it's not my fucking job to chase down a waitress. You're serving me. I'm paying. Fuck you. I didn't say that, but... And then when I finally got somebody, it was like really loud. They were playing the music really loud. And then I'm like, yeah, she like me. It's not my job to go find a waitress. And then my wife thought I was yelling at the person, but I was talking loudly to talk over the music.
Yeah.
So it was awful. And then I got the fucking I got an onion blossom. And they served it with fucking honey mustard. What am I, a savage? It's got to have horseradish in it, or else it's not a fucking onion blossom. That is bullshit. And it was like shitty, like fucking Burger King honey mustard. It was like
you're
bad
ordering the
mustard.
fucking fried onion from Crossroads in Garwood. you
Garwood is the pinnacle of
Charlize, like.
Yeah, really.
You think my expectations are too high on this?
I do. The Crossroads in Garwood to me is like. I played there one time, the day my grandmother died, and I was already in fucking town because her wake or her funeral was in Elizabeth. I'm like, I'm just gonna hang out here and then fucking go to this place. And we got there and they're like, oh, the show doesn't start for like an hour and a half. I'm like, yeah, I know, we're just gonna hang out, whatever. Like, they're like, oh no, since you're here, do you want to just go on now? Yeah, I'd love to just go on now. So I fucking performed for this poor couple just trying to eat their dinner.
Why were they so weird about that?
I don't know, because they're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Well, the problem is, I ate their shitty fucking onion, and then I got the shits, and then I went to the bathroom, and the fucking stall door was so fucking warped, it almost hit me in the fucking face trying to get into it. There was piss on the floor. It's like, you're gonna serve shitty food, make me go to the bathroom, so I have to look at your fucking health code violation fucking bathrooms? Fuck you.
Jesus.
And then Allie was telling me that like the girls' room was down to one toilet. That's got to be a health code violation. You have to provide a certain amount of toilets.
Health code violation. Fuck you, Crossroads.
That's right. Fuck you. Get your shit together.
But like, I don't know. I don't want to play there. Because I don't want to send my friends to a subpar place that has poor service, poor food, and shitty bathrooms.
Yeah.
There's only one club that's allowed to have a shitty bathroom, and that's CBGB's, and it's long closed.
Oh, it's in Newark Airport now.
And they probably have better bathrooms.
Isn't part of it?
Did you ever play CBGB's before it went out? You never did?
I was in CBGB's a couple times. I never played it.
It's I don't know. It was just so I could tell the story. Who's your asshole of the week?
I was in CBGB's one time and made the mistake of sitting on the couch, and there was just some filth on there that I think I had to throw out those
still
clothes.
on you.
Yeah, probably.
That's why you became filth. It started at CBGB's
Nice.
in the 90s.
My asshole of the week is just a general character. People that don't read things and then ask dumb questions that you have to answer.
I get that a lot in my life.
Yeah, I get it a lot in social media. We had like a giveaway at work, and then like I announced the winner, and then under the announcement some guy writes, "How can I enter this contest?" You dumb fucking shit.
It's like that scene in Clerks where the girl's like, "How much is this anyway?" And she's standing right in front of a sign that says $1.49. Like, so the other day I was demoing these two granola bars, and one was salted caramel and one was coconut. So I put a wrapper down, on each tray and put them in the respected thing. Wait, there's different flavors? And then what I thought was fucking funny was people thought the empty wrapper was whole bars. So this guy does a beeline, he grabs it, and then runs off like he's like pulling a fast one on me, and then goes, "Hey!" Like, that's just to indicate the flavor, sir. I can give you a sample if you like.
Bunch of savages,
right?
Oh my god. Who's your asshole of the week? Unless you have more.
No, there's plenty of assholes though. I mean, I can go on for stupid questions.
I think my asshole of the week is the guy that suing Jewel with his son after he bought his son the Jewel, and then got his son dead with the nicotine.
My dad and I were suing the singer Jewel for different reasons because we had to hear her horrible music.
Foolish games.
Hey, she can yodel. She's got a snaggle tooth and she lived in her car. She's a hooker with a heart of gold.
And these foolish games.
Oh God! Please stop.
It's always comedy torture with this guy.
Yeah, really.
Don't be irrationally angry. God bless you, everyone.
Love you all.
We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to see back episodes of the show, youtube.com/Plan10 Studios, cultofcontempt.org, or right here on Facebook, Cult of Contempt Network. Even check us out on Instagram at Cult of Contempt Podcast. You want to reach Paul? It's at Paul Mauld on Twitter and Instagram, and Paul of the Living Dead on Facebook.com. Phil Perry, the writer, on Instagram, and his Facebook fan page at Phil Perry, the writer. I'm Jim Cook at Jim Cook on Facebook, or Jim Cook Voice Actor on Facebook. You want to get a hold of me directly, jcookvoice@yahoo.com. On behalf of Paul and Phil, I want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at 8:15. I'm Jim Cook. Transmission out. Stand by for contact. We hope you enjoyed our presentation.